Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this live showdown here between Grand Cathay and the forces of Slaanesh. So we are going to be on one of the new maps. It is Arnheim, a new old map. This map, of course, was a standard quick battle map many aeons ago, back in Warhammer 1 and I think the early days of 2. It was eventually removed from ladder because it was a pretty terrible land battle map, because what would happen is you basically just have like an army like literally camp against the wall here, and in land battles you're not forced to attack your opponent, right? There's no like condition like these objectives. So it was really unfortunate. Or people would just like corner camp back here, really abuse the terrain. It was a pretty horrendous experience, but that is a day long past, and now we are here against the forces of Slaanesh. Looks like they have a pretty wide army. I'm really curious to see what Doctor here is going to be able to do against the Air Force. I find that it's very tough to deal with the double sky junk, and our game plan is basically just to summon in things that like you can't really do damage against. So like, I mean, Terracotta Sentinels, of course, Slaanesh does have plenty of armor piercing, like the big demons and whatnot, but ideally we just summon in the Terracotta Sentinel, just like park it on these objectives and control the low ground. Slaanesh is like super fast, so by coming down here and just controlling these 2 points, I think that's probably the way to play against them. But good luck, have fun. I would imagine he's probably ready over there. Yep, he is. So let's move up, and I'm sure he's going to love this build every second of it. So let's get the Astromancer in the bushes. He's on the Wujing War Compass to get the Winds of Magic. We get 1 per 4 right now, so that's the plan. We get double Cultists, which is whatever. We're not too worried about that. So we're just going to fly over here and then get you blimps coming, and we're just going to save up for a Terracotta Sentinel, because obviously the double Cultist is going to be very good at gooning, and he'll have the advantage as it pertains to the early objectives, but I think I can jump to an early value lead. We'll have to see. So yeah, that's what we want. We want the Terracotta Sentinel. Could get a Lancer in for sure. I think he's just going to pull back at this point so we can get our Haggard Jade Warriors to like come hang out on the corner of this objective here. Got to make sure to turn off formation attack. It's what I like to call the Cathay tax. Like you gotta pay a little bit of a troll toll for playing them, and even more than you already do. All right, so what do we got? Seekers of Slaanesh up here on the high ground. No problem. We're chilling out, and we're gonna get a Terracotta to come sit on these objectives. Because then if he blobs around it, we just use the fire from the Dragon-Blooded Lord to nuke them down. That's kind of the game plan. All right, Terracotta Sentinel's on the way. Let's waddle this bad boy over here. We still have a full 2 minutes before the objectives open up, so let's get you in 4. We can have the Longman Riders kind of sitting here on vacation. I'm not going to take any super risky plays, and it looks like the Seekers of Slaanesh are moving back there. I don't feel like the breath attacks are worth using right now, so we're just going to save up the wins at this point. I mean, he's mostly got Marauders, so I want to wait till they're like surrounded on some sort of an objective or something like that, and now the Blimps of Doom are almost in position, because they can just sit between these 2 points, and typically will generate you some massive value. On top of that, let's go ahead and summon in his Caber. Kind of lurking in a little bit of a stressful position. Like if I summon something back here that isn't super tanky, he might be able to waddle and just like snipe it. I could pull the Longmas back for a second. Let's do that, and then we can go ahead and pull in some more infantry. Let's do this. Move him up here. Tearing off formation attack, and if he does try and goon these guys, like I saw his cav creeping, but I did lose line of sight. So yeah, so we're getting some shots, I think, from the long rifles. I could use the ammo here, but we're going to take off fire at will for now and just kind of sit them here. And we're just going to get control over the objectives. And it looks like those units did safely make it to the objective point, which is great. And let's get control. Now, second Terracotta Sentinel will be coming out soon. Let's get the Cloak of Pomé, man. Yeah, probably needs to hide in the bushes a little bit more. Here comes the cultists. So let's turn on fire at will. So they'll start shooting. And we want to make sure we shoot at the Heartseekers back there. Those things are the real beasts. All right, so we're shooting at the Heartseekers. They're obviously going to pull back. And let's go ahead and have them face the other way. So they'll still shoot their 360 shooting, but they're not going to like waste their rockets. I think that's going to be an MLG play for sure. Yep, you get a little pot shot right there. Probably going to go for the cultists. I feel like Final Transmutation would have been really good to bring as well. But yeah, you can see we're popping down the cultists. His elite cav are kind of hiding in the hills, and we were able to rip a shot, so we're going to face the wrong direction intentionally. Talk about big plays here, and hope for the best. We'll bring in another lantern soon. That's going to be our next bet. So let's go ahead and get this Terracotta Sentinel moving up. We need to get our Longmas also over here to protect, because the Terracotta is a very strong independent lad. He's going to be tanking it like an absolute champ, and now we can go ahead and start turning around and shooting here. I do not believe we're going to see too many Furies or anything like that. So we do see Heartseekers of Slaanesh and Heartseekers. Let's go ahead and blast them with all these units. We'll keep one Longma here and the other one over there, just as like a bit of an insurance policy. So, all right. So yeah, we're going to get this side objective for sure. I believe the Jade Warriors should defeat the Marauders. It's a little bit hard to say. And now let's go ahead and attack the Lord here. Unfortunately, they took a little bit of the wrong angle. But let's go ahead and drop this like so. And we can get the junks blasting in. Nice. Oh, look at the damage it did to those Heartseekers, man. That was some huge damage right there. Although the Terracotta is taking a little bit more damage than I expected, so that's kind of wild there. Well, anyways, let's keep moving up. We have another Terracotta coming in, so hopefully that spell will be off cooldown soon. Let's go attack here and get the 2 junks. Put them in this. Make sure to put them in guard mode so they continue shooting here and just keep blasting those Heartseekers. And we should have another spell here in a second. While the other Terracotta boy is going to be moving in, and maybe they can goon this Lord or something. We'll have to see. All right, so yeah, we are in okay shape. I believe we will win on that flank. In terms of value, we're ahead, which is normal. Let's go ahead and get another breath attack right there. Throw some of those guys, very nice. Those are Heart Seekers, those are very, very expensive units. And then we want to get another Sky Lantern, move that thing up here, just have it partying like it's 1999, and good. So we were able to deal with the Air Force. Let's get our Longbows moving over here to deal with this while the Terracotta Sentinels continue to bump and grind. This Terracotta Sentinel is getting some good work in, definitely beating down the cultists. What are these? These are more Heartseekers, man. He's getting a lot of expensive infantry. Let's go ahead and pull you across. I like how he's like camping back there with some good dudes. It's pretty hilarious. But I think we should win this fight. And let's get our Lord over here to get a big breath attack. And we can start summoning in some like peasant spears. I think that's going to be fine to just get bodies on the objectives. Yeah, cool. So the peasant spears are on the way. Formation attack is turned off. And they'll start heading over. And let's get another breath right down the old Slaaneshi pipe right there. A little bit far back. That wasn't the best cast. Oh, good thing we can still cancel it. All right, there we go. So still going. Terracotta Sentinels are just being absolute beasts. Super, super tough to remove. The Spearmen are on their way. I think he's waiting to like actually get a good pick back there of something that he wants to try and finish. Shoot into those Demonettes and get this Sky Junk shooting into this blob of Seekers. Hopefully we're able to win this fight over here. Definitely don't want to land my Lord because we're up on value but behind on points, which is pretty normal when we invest in like a huge junk squad like this, right? And we can go ahead and get some Peasant Spears moving to this objective as well. Take off formation attack. And let's see what we can do. So just keep blasting. We got to wither down the old Slaaneshi army. Hopefully they'll just run out of steam eventually. We're about to lose one of the Terracottas, which does suck. But, you know, you can't have everything. Sometimes you got to pay the troll toll. Should be able to just resummon it, though, because I feel like we're not losing too much. All right, another breath attack right there. We're dropping it like it's hot. How are our warriors doing? Longbows did get a little bit kind of caught up in sustained combat here. Yeah, and they did, and that is for sure. And we have our warriors making their way. Looks like he's still hanging out back there with those units, which is fine. So let's move up here and take off formation attack. Cool, I think we did. The other Lantern's on the way. Our caster, oh no, you don't want to be landing there. That is a dangerous one. He's got a lot of good units still. Sky Junk, let's give him some junk in that trunk. And it looks like we're starting to wrestle control over some of the objectives. Yeah, one Terracotta did fall though and did pay the price. But now that our Lanterns are on the way and the Peasant Spears are coming, you see now he's reacting with his cav. Now the grand trick is here. All right, so let's get in here. Pull these guys up there. Looks fine to me. Terracotta Sentinel might need to hustle back to the spears a little bit. I feel like he's kind of in a bit of a dangerous situation. Is there anything we want to do here? Yeah, these are Seekers of Slaanesh, so let's go ahead and get a little roast on them if we can. And how are the junks doing? A lot more units on their way up. We still do somehow have the capture advantage here, which I have no idea how that's possible. We're giving the harmony to those units. We're very, very behind on points right now, but I think we should be able to get this one. Let's pull you guys around the back, and we can get the Jade Warriors waddling that way. We'll hopefully have another Terracotta soon. It's like having to turn that off every time is such an annoying thing. Oh my god, it's so irritating. All right, so those are Summon Fury, so not too worried about them. Seekers of Slaanesh are moving into spears. Let's go ahead and get you guys shooting back here, and the other Sky Junk can just keep shooting into this blob here. The Wujing War Compass man hiding in the bushes, and we're still pretty behind on points. We're doing okay in value. The Terracotta Sentinel is kind of getting his butt kicked a little bit. Probably should have brought some other magic other than just this. But yeah, now we have an opportunity to get a huge cast right down the pipe there. Hopefully we'll hit those guys. And I think we get the top objective here. Yeah, it looks like we do. So we'll be able to get that. And boom, get a little breath attack right there, which does take out some of those units. But man, oh man, our peasants got routed pretty hard right there. All right, moving up. Does the Wujing come out? I think it's time to summon the Wujing War Compass, yeah, and just kind of do it. Sniping here. We are up on value by quite a bit. Another Terracotta. You know, just more Jade Warriors, unfortunately. So they're gonna have to make the long, arduous journey here and see what they can do. Wujing War Compass is going to get up on the objective and try and get us some points. Obviously, we're getting some good damage on the armies, but we're really losing the ground engagements, which makes sense. Which makes sense for sure. Slaanesh is going to be very, very good at that. So let's move here. We got that high ground objective. It's probably going to come to a point where we need like a triple cap to deal with this. Let's get a breath. He just dodged it there at the last second. He didn't dodge it. I think he was just moving. All right, onto the objective you go. You guys move up, and we get another Terracotta Sentinel, so Terracotta boys can keep moving. Those are Exalted Demonettes, so they're certainly no slouches. So let's get the Terracotta Sentinel going over there to fight. I love the Haggard like capture squad there. And the two Sky Junks, those are Hellstriders. You keep shooting the Slaaneshi Lord. And we do have the high ground objective. Great, so let's just kind of push these guys down now and see if we can get our paws on any of the other ones. Look, the Wujing War Compass. Who would have expected the Wujing War Compass to be so tyrannical? Not I. But the Wujing seems to be doing okay, actually, believe it or not. And it looks like we do push back a lot of those units, so let's just kind of keep moving up. We can fight some of these Exalted Demonettes, and I believe they're still kind of bunched up. No, they're actually running for the hill, so. All right, so let's go ahead and do it right here, see if we can time it, and boom. Yeah, we got them pretty good there. Nice. All right, move up to the objective team. The Wujing War Compass is putting up a fight. We don't really need the magic regen anymore, so I'm not too concerned about that. We got more Jades up here on the high ground. I think we'll manage to hold that objective. We are pulling up by quite a bit, but again, it's getting a little bit late in the game. Let's get some Longbow Riders, move the Longbows in, see if they can clean off any of the scraps, and just keep, you know, blasting these forces. Look, the Wujing War Compass holding on like a champ, man. Definitely doing some work. Yeah, we need more guys here, though. Let's get the Terracotta over here. I feel like this one's more doable, so maybe we'll be able to wrestle that. And as far as the high ground objective goes, it looks like they're moving up, but we have a pretty entrenched position right here for sure. Looks like more and more bodies of the Slaaneshi Horde are on the way, so let's go ahead and start blasting them with the junks. Go after the cultists here on the ground, and come over this direction and shoot. We're kind of out of stuff to summon, to be completely honest. Let's go ahead and unsummon these guys, although I guess I maybe should have kept them, but it is what it is. So let's get the 2 peasants, summon them in, and move up, and just get the bodies on the objectives, man. That's going to be the play, because we are really, really running out of time here. We're out of touch and out of time, and it looks like the high ground objective is going to go to Slaanesh also. That was a big breath right there. That one did some fat damage for sure. And hopefully we can just nuke these infantry off. Maybe a little bit too hardcore in the blimps. Maybe a little bit too hardcore in the blimps. All right, so let's get these 2 peasants over here and get the Terracotta in the middle. It's going to have to be a triple cap, though. It's going to have to be a triple. So we're going to get this Sentinel, and he can move over here, move on to this objective. This is kind of our last chance here to try and get these points. This map is definitely, I like it a lot for Cathay, but it is tough because to control all 3 of the points against Slaanesh when your opponents are playing really well like this. All right, so Wujing War Compass, hold on like a champ. Terracotta Sentinels waddling over there. And that's, maybe the junk is a little bit too, double junk is a little too much. Maybe just 1 is good. I'm starting to think. All right, so let's get the breath attack right there. The Wujing War Compass still capturing, which is hilarious. You getting up on this point right here. I think we still had the high ground one for a second. Nah, we just lost it just now. And we can get another longbow, but that's pretty much it. I believe we have a lot of peasants kind of standing idle. You really got to do better housekeeping, but at this point we'll keep some of these on, and you guys can come clear these guys off. Did we actually break them? It looks like we did. We'll get our combat character here, and that is Hellstriders. It was pretty cool how we used the Heartseekers. But yeah, we outdamaged Slaanesh by about 5,000, but our style wasn't good enough to get the objectives, right? It didn't, and that's always the big problem with Cathay, is balancing objective play versus value trading like this, because value trading is strong, but it's not going to win you the game. If this is a land battle, Slaanesh would have no chance, but that's normal. This style of cheesy Cathay play is really, really good in land battle, but domination brings a little bit more balance in that regard, so you have to play the objectives a little bit differently. But I did like the build. I thought it was fun. I think it has a ton of potential. I mean, look at the value here. So maybe I think I have an idea of how to change this build. Well played, Didactor. That was a really, really fun match for sure. He's got the two what's it called? What are those things? Heartseekers, yeah. Yeah, man, rad match. Well played to him, because that's not easy to beat with Slaanesh. This can, a lot of lesser Slaanesh players would crumble to that pressure, but Dactor's obviously a really high level player, so he was able to do it. Now, changing up the build to be a little bit better, I'd probably you don't need 2 longbow. It was to kill Furies, 1 is going to do the trick, especially if you have a dragon blooded lord. On top of that, do we want any other magic? Maybe we do the, I don't know, yeah, we could just do a Jade Shield or something like that. And then I think what you do is you switch to more ground-based forces to play the objective. So you just get more bodies and more spears, and you can cut some of the spears. Because I think the core of the build is very good. I just think it was a little bit too all in on the cheese, and then it wasn't able to actually functionally control any ground objectives. And we saw that reflected in the damage value being great, but the point value not being so good. So this variant, I think, would be way better, because suddenly you have an actual force. You can control some objectives early while you accrue value, and you're going to be great. But guys, if you're a Cathay player, I think that this is a good matchup for Cathay in general. And I think this style with the double junk, or maybe even single junk, is going to be really strong. But you saw how well they did. Anyways, GG, well played. We'll see you guys next time.